Available 6-way power seat. Modern seat belts over the shoulder. Mine's had a pigskin style dashboard with a pigskin half roof. I don't see it in an option. Appearance option. Colour coordinated sports steering wheel, sunroof, electric operation, Astro roof, long vinyl top. I had a Landau top, that's right, okay. So mine was a Landau treatment one with power steering. Power steering. So you could get like quite a basic horrible one. Mine was kind of in the middle. But the speedo only went up to 85 mile an hour. And that was a problem. It was a broken speedo when I got it. Larger vehicle was called a Le Sabre or a Le Sabre, which was great at the time, but the majority of the units sold were Regal, and the Century was rebadged as a Regal so as they could get the numbers up, even in the station wagon version. This is the big Le Sabre. I think I saw it in a Marlboro cigarette advert in a film once. And this Century, this was a cool thing. So this was the G-body coupe, would be available as a fastback. And you had the Salon, which was a 4-door. So here we are, we're pushing into the 1980s, what happened in the 1980s. See, you get the Black Eagle there, landing on it, which is almost the same idea as what was going on with Ford, with the Stallion package. And there's your turbocharged engine there. 3.8 turbocharged. I thought it was kind of pointless because you could get that kind of power easily and cheaper with a V8. So I remember seeing these when I was in America. These were very popular, the 4-door kind of fastback. But you get no advantage there because it doesn't have a hatch. So basically it's just less space. See? Less space, more style. Style over substance. You see a lot of these in the kind of like TG Hooker or in whatever. There's the Regal coupe. That was the best one because it had deeper boot, and the station wagon was pretty good. It was a good idea. That was a lot of sales for them. Yeah, there's a fastback one there showing you how little space there is. That needed a hatch there. Kind of like the same idea as the Austin Princess. And there's your top of the range executive version. Very similar to a Cadillac. It's the Buick Electra. Huge, huge thing. It's your top accountant executive type car. They would all be company cars anyway. Get the space in that. They're all there with their flary trouser suits. Here we have a Buick 1979 catalogue sent away for it to America. That's it back in. Here's some of the pictures. This is the Buick Skylark. You maybe remember All Aboard the Skylark from a cartoon from when we were young. It was the Buick version of the Chevy Nova, which is a simplified car, it only leaves springs at the back. You see that old Mark I Cavalier type styling on it. This was a budget car, but the hatchback is a real step forward. This is when they're actually realising about hatchbacks. You could also get a Skyhawk, which looks like an Opel Manta, and that's not as pretty as an Opel Manta, but getting there, and it's got kind of like the Chevrolet Camaro tail lights on it. So this is a funny era, this 1979. They're trying to go round, but we're not wanting to upset the public, so they're keeping things square. General Motors ended up keeping square like Volvo did in the 1980s. Here we have a turbocharged 3.8 V6, which is a small block Chevy cut down 2 cylinders These were used to great effect in the Metro 6R4 rally car, and Jaguar used them in turbocharged form like this in their Jaguar X 220. This was the first General Motors turbocharged car. They'd experimented with their Rover V8 in 1963 and had their body spanked. The Republic didn't want them. But ironic now, turbocharging is pretty commonplace, even in the most boring JQs and things like that nowadays coming out of China, everything's turbocharged. This was a new thing. Really, Porsche Turbo was the world's fastest car, and it meant Saab was well received by the time the 1980s came along, and that was a big problem for General Motors. So they turbocharged these Buicks and then brought out the famous Grand National. There's the wheels, fancy wheels you can get there. Snow for our Canadian friends. And this is the sporty young professional for the golf clubs. These were good things. I haven't seen one of these for ages. These Monzas. This was called a Skyhawk in that body. There's the Electra, which is a kind of conservative car with your flary suit types. It was basically a Cadillac. Here we have a Buick 1979 catalogue, sent away for it to America. That's it back in. Here's some of the pictures.